Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessie. If you are new here, I do all kinds of vlogs, lifestyle videos, motherhood videos, but I also do some personal finance videos. I love to show you guys my budgeting routine every single month, how we start out the budget, where we end off, and then other money things in between. I like to share this because my husband and I have quite a bit of consumer debt that we're hoping to actually pay down a good amount this year. Student loan debt, we have car debt. Sometimes people just aren't honest about where they're at in their money life, and I think I've always liked being super honest about that kind of stuff because I've always felt like, how am I the only person in debt? How am I in so much debt? Like, it's so hard on you mentally. So I like to share this so that if there's anybody else out there who is in the same position as me, a little bit less, a little bit more, that you know that there's other people out there like you who are just trying to figure things out. Get through debt without sacrificing your entire life though. That is something we did for a really long time. We sacrificed a lot of stuff. And we really didn't even pay off that much debt because we just didn't have the income for it. So yeah, that's a whole other video though. So I'm going to show you today what I'm planning my April budget to look like. Now, April is going to be a little bit all over the place, just like March will be. So make sure you stay tuned for the recap of March. That'll go up probably the first week in April. We have a ton of money coming in March, which is great. But it's definitely going to throw some stuff up in the air. We have to figure out, we still have to figure out our hospital bills. Looks like we owe about $5 grand right now. We have to just figure out some other stuff. We're hoping to pay off one of our personal loans, possibly refinance another personal loan. I use a Google Sheets budget that I created myself. It's super easy to put together. If you ever want this version of my budget, let me know and I can make a free download for you if you want. Why don't we jump into this and I'll show you what April is going to look like. Okay, here we go. So I have everything ready to go for y'all to look at. I'm doing this very quickly while Ben is on his lunch break. So I need to like be succinct with my thoughts. We'll see if I can do that. But as always, I have our incomes blacked out. I will say, I will be able to pay myself my full income this month. Eventually my income, I may pay myself more, but for now we're gonna keep it at what it's been for the last year or so. Ben's income though is probably gonna go up, but I don't know how much. So he got a raise. He also got a bonus. Everybody clap for Ben. He's an amazing provider for our family because he definitely is currently the breadwinner in the family. Today that he is getting a raise, but the raise won't take effect until April 15th, so his second check of the month. So I know that his income will be a little bit higher in April, but I don't know how much. So I'm just gonna budget using his current income. I'm also budgeting with the thought that we won't have any rollover. There's a good chance that we will have some rollover unless we pay some of our hospital bills out of our account. I'm not really sure yet, or if that's going to come out of savings. So either way, rollover right now I'm going to put at 0, and miscellaneous gifts, stuff like that, I'm going to put at 0 because I don't currently intend on having anything. I think that's the thing with budgeting. I would rather budget less income than budget too much income and then I don't have that income. Like, I'd rather have rollover at the end of the month, you know, because right now I'm just showing that we're going to have about $100 of rollover at the end of this month. So if I over budgeted and then we didn't actually have that money, we would be in the zeros. So we're going off of a $7,000 budget for next month, which is pretty typical for us. Our rent is currently $16.95, renter's insurance $24.25. We do now have disability and life insurance, so that comes out to about $40 a month. I'm reading, I don't always read off my fixed expenses, but we did have some changes, so I want to show you guys. We just got pet insurance last month and it's about $80 a month for both of our dogs. One of our dogs is a little bit older and has some health issues, so it just made our insurance a little bit higher. We're gonna keep that until I find out that it's not worth it, but for right now, if you guys watched our vlog last summer, Finn ended up having to go to the emergency vet. I literally thought he was dying. He was very, very sick though, and it was like over $2,000 out of pocket, and thankfully we had that in our emergency fund. but we've been in places before where we didn't have that money, and I never want to have to make the decision between a life or death for my dog based on money. I also don't want to ever have to put things like that back on credit. I also restarted my Planet Fitness membership because I want to go there and walk on the treadmills. The Planet Fitness is literally like 2 minutes from my house. I probably won't use their weight section because it's just overwhelming. There's like too many people there all the time, and we have our own free weights here that I would rather use, and I'm just like not there yet. But I do want to go walk because pollen season started early here in Raleigh, and I will get extreme migraines if I go out when the pollen is really, really high. But I do need to start moving. I'm just like not moving enough. If you guys watch my latest vlog, I'm talking about how I signed up for Weight Watchers, and just to kind of keep an eye on what I'm eating, but I also need to start moving. I would eventually like to be able to take Ivy for walks and get her outside, but I'm just not comfortable going outside in the pollen. Neither is Ben. We both get really sick from it. So that's why that is back in there. I'll probably cancel that later, like once the weather's better, but it's only $10 a month, so I'm not super worried about it. Netflix and Discovery Plus are the two TV things that we pay for. It's about $22. Kindle Unlimited, I'm still paying for $10.71. That's one of those things that comes out every month, and I'm like, should I cancel this? Because sometimes I read a lot and sometimes I don't, so I'm not really sure if it's worth it. Car insurance is $90.22. Ben's 2 apps are $9. He added in, I'm gonna just make this look like everything else. He added in HostGator. He was taking that out of my business, but because my business was pretty low in funds because of me not working for a couple of months, we decided that we'll just keep taking that out of the household budget instead. He has like 3 domains that he still pays for. And then our internet was $80. So in total, $2,000, or will be $80. In total, I'm planning to spend $2,000 in fixed expenses next month. The big kahuna, as per usual, is our debt. We are planning to pay the same amount for all of this. I'm saying currently because we are hoping to pay off this capital loan, and we may be refinancing, or we are refinancing this city loan and paying off this credit card. Actually, now that I think about that, we are going to pay off this credit card before this budget. So this won't be in here. I'm going to delete this. Woo. So yeah, these two things, this number is going to change actually also. I'm not sure how much is going to be our refinancing through family, so extremely grateful for that. I'm going to try not to cry. So I don't think that our payment and our interest will be as high as it currently is because some family are able to help us out, which, as you can tell, is very overwhelming and very kind of them. My capital loan we are planning to pay off as well. I'm just not sure if we're going to do it in March, April, or May. So I'm going to keep that one in there for now. So our car loan, all of this is still the same. We're currently still not paying these 2 loans because they are our federal student loans. So they're currently still in deferment, but those will go back at some point. So I guess this month we'll be paying about $1,600 in debt, possibly a little bit less, but we'll see. Moving on to variable expenses. I kept our grocery bill at $7.50 and Costco at $2.50. It does look like we're gonna go over this in March, but we'll see. I'm gonna keep it at where it is for now. $150 at restaurants and coffee shops. You guys would be happy to know it is the 13th of March, and we're still on point with our restaurants budget in March. If you watch any of my budgeting videos, you know that that's where your girl messes up the most. I really like to get coffee out, and we get like meals out occasionally, so everything's just like overpriced, quite honestly. But moving on, $200 medication and supplements. I keep this at $200 usually if we have the budget for it. Most of the time we don't hit that, but then we have months where we go over that. So I just want to keep that up there. I take medication for my thyroid. I also have a medication for my migraines, but I don't, knock on wood, I'm currently not getting them very often, so I don't need the medication as much. And then we take supplements, so quite a bit of supplements really. Household, I combined this. If you watched my vlog or video from March, then you would know that usually household and Ivy are separate, but I decided to combine them because a lot of times I buy household stuff and Ivy stuff via Target. So when I pay off my Target credit card, I just take it out of the household budget. So then our household budget looks like it's way out of budget, and then my Ivy budget looks like there's like no money in it. So I just combined those for like her formula, any household supplies we need, anything like that. I have it at 400. I'm not really sure if that's enough, if we'll need more, but I'm keeping it at 400 for now. Once Ivy, she's currently in size 1 diapers, so we might have to buy more of those, but if she fits into size 2, we have a ton from our baby shower. So so we will possibly be moving her to 2s. I'm not really sure about her size yet though. Personal spending I have at 100. Oh, I skipped beauty. That's 175. Ben will have a haircut and I'll get my nails done. So that unfortunately, well, it shouldn't be that much actually now that I think about it. But if I get my nails done twice or if I get a pedicure, it will be that much. So I'm gonna keep it at 175 for now. Personal spending, I have it 100. That's usually what I keep it at. That's just for like Amazon leggings, new underwear. Ben needs to get some new shoes and some new boxers at some point. He's like terrible at buying himself things. So I'm not sure if that'll be next month. If it is, we'll be over budget on that, but currently I'm not worried about that. Doctors I have at 300 just because my PT, my pelvic floor PT has been $90, but I just got a notification from my insurance that it should only be $40, so I'm not really sure why they're charging me $50 more than they should. So I'm hoping that that'll go down, but that also includes like the chiropractor for me and for Ivy, and then I'll most likely have to see a doctor and a dermatologist then. So that's all co-pays, but I wanted to keep that up. Hospital bills, if we don't pay those in March, we'll pay them in April. The reason we might not pay all of them this month is because there's a couple things we want to ask about or possibly have taken off of our bill that I don't remember having, like things that we were charged for that I'm like, why the hell were we charged for this? Utilities $275, that's always, and $150 for the car is currently what I have. I don't think we need an oil change or anything next month, so it should just be gas, but keep it like that for now. Cora and Finn I have at $275, and then miscellaneous I have at 100. I just like to keep a buffer in case we have random things come out that I wasn't anticipating. So that's about $3,125 that I have budgeted for variable. And then I have nothing budgeted for this, which I should budget. I'm gonna budget 30 for this because it is Auntie Elizabeth's birthday, which is Ben's younger sister, Ivy's aunt, Ivy's middle name, inspiration, Ivy Elizabeth. So it's her birthday in the beginning of April, and it's her, no, hers is in the beginning of May. It's her dad's birthday. I knew somebody's birthday. We probably, as I put the budget down, we probably won't, we don't really send him a gift usually, but I would like to get him a card or something. I might actually do that this month. So I'm gonna keep that at 0, but I'm gonna keep a reminder for myself, just in case. Well, no, I'm going back and forth. So Tim's birthday is in April. Elizabeth is in early May, so I'm gonna keep it at 30 in case we do send her something, because her birthday is the beginning of May, so we would probably purchase it in April. Anyway, thanks for going through that confusing time in my brain with me, but that is what we're intending on spending for miscellaneous. We don't have any renewals, not planning to travel, not planning to put anything in savings at this time. So that is currently what our April budget looks like. If we stay on budget and not counting any additional income that comes in, we should be spending about $6,800 next month, which would leave about $200 extra, which again, depending on what our income looks like and if any of that debt stuff changes, like I was telling you about, that might change. And if that happens, we probably would just be replenishing savings if we have extra money, because our hospital bills are gonna come out of our savings account. I should like do a whole video on like what we're gonna do as far as money, all this money that we have coming in this month, where we're putting it, what it's from, why we're doing what we're doing. But yeah, there will be some change. Let me know if you want to see that video. I'm sure that you do, but let me know if you do in the comments, and I'll make sure to do that as soon as I have that information. But thank you so much for watching my April budget with me. April is like one of my favorite months, so I'm excited to go into it, even though I hate the pollen here. But it's beautiful. You just can't go outside because of pollen. So I'm hoping, because pollen season started early, that maybe it'll be done early and I'll get a little bit of my April back. But either way, that is what we're planning. I'm gonna go relieve Ben of Ivy so that he can go back to work. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed these videos. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one.